Well, another time to talk about basically the latest coming from the world of sports. Welcome to another edition of a Sport Hangout. And of course, on this day, we'll be talking about an interesting topic in the world of sports. Of course, in the world of football as well. We're talking about technology. Has technology improved the quality of football or the quality of officiating, or has it affected it negatively? So today we're talking about a lot. We have a lot of examples to cite, a lot of things to talk about on the show this day. Before I get JJ to talk about some of these elements, let me take you back memory lane. In 1986, the World Cup game between Argentina and England, this popular saying, hand of God, which was done by Diego Maradona. In that game, Maradona was seen to, of course, handle the ball with his hand, but we didn't even see it. They call it the hand of God. And till today, the English people are very angry what happened in 1986. In 2000, the African Cup of Nations that was hosted by Nigeria and Ghana, it was at the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos, the final between Nigeria and Cameroon. It was a tough game and then went to penalty shootout. And I remember Victor Ikpeba lost one of the sports kicks for Nigeria. The ball crossed the line, but it was not given as a goal because at that time, there was nothing like technology. In 2010, the World Cup in South Africa, England played against Germany. That was the round of 16. Lampard scored what appeared to be a goal. It crossed the line, but it was not given. From year 2000, they started demanding, agitating for the introduction of goal-like technology. And right now, if you score a goal, once it crosses the line, the referee gets the notification and it will be confirmed as a goal. That's part of the initiative of technology in football. We'll also talk about the video assistant referee. You know, right now, if you make a tackle and you think that you are smart, and the referee says, okay, that tackle is a yellow card, and then there's a review from the referee, that yellow card might be upgraded to a red card because right now there is a video assistant referee that practically assists the referee to upgrade the level of officiating. But of course, this technology also has the downside. You know, anything that has the good side must, of course, has the bad side. We'll talk about it holistically on the show this day. JJ, technology, let me start by asking you this. Do you think that technology has improved the quality of officiating first?
Well, it's a highly debatable question. If technology has improved the level of officiating. Well, I think we were talking on some days ago, and I said technology is there for a reason. Man invents technology.
Yes.
And so if technology will work efficiently, man must be efficient. And if technology will improve the quality of officiating, it means those in charge must strive for continual improvement themselves. Yeah, because it's what you have, it's the input you give to technology that it will output to you.
Definitely.
And that's what we've experienced consistently with technology, especially with VAR. I think the major bone of contention when we talk about officiating has to be VAR. Goal line technology is doing its perfect, almost perfect job. But unless, of course, the referee decides to
look away.
But VAR, it has both sides. It's a two-side of the coin, and it's improved officiating. But I tell you, Toby, you ask a typical English fan, Premier League fan, or football fan, they'll tell you it's done more harm than good.
Really?
For football. But the aim was to, at least to the minimal, curb referee mistakes. But look, statistically this season, you know, up till last week, before last week's Premier League game, VAR has committed 13 errors, 13 significant errors.
Wow.
Coupled with last week, at least we have some Diogo Dallo, people say, okay,
that should have been a
and
red card.
A lot of things. So if you sum up the mistakes now, about 15 mistakes in half a season, that's a lot. And with that, you see, especially if you're on the receiving end, your team is on the receiving end.
Of course.
You can never see a good thing about technology. But in the whole, if you look at goal line technology and a couple of especially offside as well.
Yeah.
Offside is doing.
That's what I want to talk about, offside. Because that offside is even not consistent. And that's the issue with VAR, the inconsistency. Because if you are using, because they say they are using semi-automated offside right now, but it's like the rule changes every time. I mean, you pick this as an offside, then the next game you say is a goal, is onside. So I'm talking about the inconsistency with the video assistant referee, especially with offside calls. I've seen games. I remember in year 2006, Nigeria against Cote d'Ivoire in the semi-finals, Drogba scored a clearly offside goal because at that time there was no VAR, there was no review. It was taken as a goal. But right now, because the referee has the opportunity of checking the VAR, and of course you also have officials in charge of VAR. But even at that, these officials, they also make mistake. There is inconsistency. Yeah, exactly. So you take this as an offside this week, then the following week you change it again. Yeah. So it should be consistent.
Yes, I think that's what brings us to the positive side of VAR.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to review over and over again till you get certainty. And you were talking about Drogba in 2006.
Yeah.
Yes.
The semi-final against Nigeria.
There were VAR, yes.
That goal would have been removed.
It would have been chalked off, certainly.
Yes.
And a couple of others like that too would have been rectified. And I think Man United, under Sir Alex Ferguson, would have suffered too. People believe that somehow we scored offside goals, Carito especially, those bets then. I think the quality, because look at it, when you play video games,
yes,
you play football, so and PES, FIFA, and you really find a call of offside being mistaken.
Yeah.
Someone designed the technology to get offside call.
Yes.
That. Why is that what we are using? I think they said they were going to draft it into football. Have we started using it? Is that what we are? I'm still emphasizing that the era of machines, technology in football is down to the individuals operating.
But JJ, people also say that what makes football interesting is the controversy. Yeah, we like the controversy, we like the tension. Then when you remove that from football, it becomes very drab. It becomes scripted. That football is not scripted. It is raw. So
exactly.
But the truth of the matter is that when you are at the receiving end of a wrong call, you will know that technology is very important.
Even if you are at
but people are saying that it has removed the flavor
even
from
if
football.
You are at the receiving end, the emotion is there.
Yes.
And the emotion is that of anger. It breeds rivalry. Then you want your team to play against that team next time.
Yeah.
And then you want them to win. And then when they win, you get this satisfaction feeling.
Yeah.
That's what football is. Football is not meant to be perfect.
Yes.
Football is meant to be debatable.
But that's
it's meant for errors to happen.
But that's if you enjoy the error. If you at the advantageous level. That's what I'm trying to. But if you are at the receiving end, you will not
always be on the receiving end.
Some people have been on this.
You can't always be on the receiving end. It's not possible. It is not possible. There will be a time where it's unless there's clear daylight robbery, like Barcelona, Chelsea, 2009.
Yes,
that was
I remember that
daylight robbery.
Yeah.
And even if there were VAR there, I don't think VAR would have done anything because the ref was hell bent on with the errors the officials have been committing.
You know the examples I cited the other time in year 2000.
Look, referees were meant to make real-time decisions.
Yes.
And they were meant to live with the consequences. He came out sometimes last year to explain what trauma he's been living with since 2009.
Chelsea fans were so
because up till now, somehow they say I'm forgiving him. That's what football is meant to be. And Chelsea, Barcelona, up to today, for what happened in 2009, Chelsea, it's formed a part of legacy that you keep handing down to newer generations.
Yes.
You tell them why the rivalry between you and this team, you show them. And then they get fired up. It's a way of firing up. And so you're going to...
But, okay.
The technology is killing all of this.
But, JJ,
nearly killing all of this.
Year 2000, when we lost to Cameroon in the final of the African Cup of Nations, the president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, was in the stadium. It was at the National Stadium in Surulere, Lagos. And then that mistake. Victor Ekpeba played a penalty. That ball crossed the line. But because there was no technology, it was ruled out as no goal. That cost Nigeria the African Cup of Nations in front of our own fans. That's what I'm trying to say. That technology will help. We save you from a lot of heartache, a lot of desperation, a lot of, because you have a second look.
I think when technology is automated itself, it works well. That's what happens with goal line technology.
Yes. It's automatic.
The ball crosses the line. It sends a message
to the referee.
So that's like automating itself. VAR.
But anything that is subjected to human interpretation.
Yes, a problem. You get it. They are mic'd up. Okay. For instance, last week, no, 2 weeks ago, the game between Wolves and Everton.
Yes.
Keane, it was caught pulling the hair of Tolu Arakudari on the field. They jumped, contested for the same ball, and he pulled the hair. The referee didn't notice. But then,
there should have been a review of VAR.
There was a review. VAR, while the ball was still going on, VAR in the VAR room, they were already discussing that issue.
Yes.
And then once the ball went out of play, they invited the referee to go check the monitor to see, because they felt that was a foul, that was aggressive. It was so for you, that was their interpretation. That's and it wastes time.
So for you, it has not really improved quality of officiating.
It has, in a way, and in another way, it's brought up more controversy.
Let's leave officiating. Let's talk about football. People have also said that because of science now, football is becoming robotic. It's more like becoming scripted. Let me use a manager as an example, Pep Guardiola of Manchester City. Before now, as in early 2000s, late 90s, when you say a goalkeeper is a fantastic goalkeeper, you are talking about ability to save goals, right? Ability to shot back, to stop shots. But right now, you need to do more as a goalkeeper. If you are playing for Pep Guardiola, and other managers seems to have imitated Pep Guardiola. If you are a goalkeeper right now, the fact that you can save shot does not really matter. That is just an extra. You must also be able to play from the back, use your feet. Goalkeepers like Peter Cech, Edwin van der Sar, they were not good with their feet, but they were fantastic goalkeepers in their own right. But Pep Guardiola has practically made all players robotic right now. If you are a midfielder, there's a way you play for Pep Guardiola. If you are a striker, there's a way you play. Is it taking away the excitement from football, where it's more like scripted right now? You have managers who, some of them will bring iPad, they will be telling you this is how you are going to play, and players, they don't have any initiative right now. You cannot do what you want to do. During the days of Ronaldinho, Gigi Okocha, there was nothing like that. They could express themselves. But if you are playing under a modern manager, right, they will tell you, as a number 10, this is what you can do, this is what you must do. Is that not taking away their creativity? I'm talking about the players.
Okay, look at it this way. You are employed to work in a company.
Yes.
And then you of course, you will have a supervisor because you're just starting.
Yeah.
But then, if you're under the supervision of your supervisor, and when you are alone, when do you think you will be more efficient? You will work with freedom.
When you're alone.
When you're alone.
Yes.
And that's what's happening in football. You have, for instance, Lima Ronaldo, he scored 58 goals in football dribbling past the goalkeeper.
Wow.
And it's not the sort of dribbling that, okay, through ball, cut. No. You step over dribbles.
If you do that now, managers
in close contact.
They will tell you, shoot.
In close contact, 58 goals.
That's a lot.
That was a player that he knew he had freedom.
Yes.
To exhibit, to do.
But you can't do that now.
There's no flair. There's no. Look at when was the last time we saw a player like JJ Okocha? Ronaldinho.
We have them, but
Lima Ronaldo.
We have them, but
in fact, you see, Lionel Messi is the one. I think he must have challenged. Nearly all managers that managed him knew that he was on. He was not a player that you want to coach. It's a player that just put in the team, because he was the only player. And then you have people like Eden Hazard, Neymar Jr., and they just wanted to. Yeah. But then at a stage, players became more obsessive with goals.
Yes.
And that's what you have with Cristiano Ronaldo. He's more obsessive with goals now. Look at when he was young. It was exciting.
Yeah.
The play.
But right
you
now,
want to go and watch Man United. Not because Ronaldo was going to score. Because you knew Ronaldo was pulling up these streaks.
But right now, it's about the stats.
You are looking at Giggs and all that. But now,
it's about the stats, the assist goals. Yeah. But that's what makes.
I still believe that statistics is one of the most ridiculous inventions in football.
And stats is part of science.
It's part of science.
It's part of science. They will tell you that, okay, you have 10 assists.
Look at it. This season, Man United, most shots on target, third in the league on most goals. What statistics? You have a team. For instance, on Sunday, the game between Man United and Man City.
Yeah.
If you look at it statistically, especially the possession, you would think Man City played better game, had a better game than Man United. Those ridiculous. And managers are buying players now based on statistics.
Yes.
Not based on what quality.
I used to.
And that's why you have what you have. They are now calling them one in a generation player.
Season one,
because
season
right from their underratings, they have been coached to be robotic. And I think for Pep Guardiola, he challenged football. I must give it to him.
Yes.
He became tactical, and football became more tactical with him.
Yeah.
But then those days,
that's taking away the creativity from the players.
When there no tactic in those days, it's taken exactly. It's robbed of players. It's robbed players of creativity. You can't. Like you say, Guardiola is training. How can a coach train a winger on how to play? On how to dribble?
That was the issue he had with Doku initially.
How can
as a winger, as a way you play
a midfielder on how to give
as
the
a
pass.
goalkeeper. Joat had the same issue with Pep Guardiola. Joat used to be a fantastic goalkeeper, but Pep came to Man City and said, "You can't use your legs. Let me go for a goalkeeper that can start the ball from the back." And is that what matters?
Over the past,
United went for.
If you look at the past couple of seasons,
yeah,
I think 2-3 seasons now, you will understand that teams are switching from the Guardiola style again, back to conventional style, because it leaves you in precarious situation. And right now, Man City themselves, they are in the heat of 3-1. They lost.
Man United used to have a fantastic goalkeeper, David De Gea. It was fantastic for United.
He was fantastic.
And then they brought in Onana, who can use his legs. We know he can, but in terms of making blunders, I mean, Onana is Onana. You know what I'm talking about. So in terms of the technicalities, Onana is better than David De Gea because he can use his leg and start from the boat. The primary responsibility of a goalkeeper is struggling. But because Pep says if you're a good goalkeeper, you must be able to use your feet. That's a low. He said to tell somebody that United got Anthony because they watched YouTube videos. I mean, they watched his highlights.
I tell you.
And then he came to Man United after 85 million pounds. That's a lot of money. Came to United and started to struggle because he has stats. He has those things have taken away the beauty of football.
Now look at it. You're talking about Onana, and Guardiola has Donnarumma now.
Yeah, Donnarumma is not really
exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, he seems to have changed.
He must change.
Yeah, Donnarumma is not.
And that's one thing I think a manager needs to have. When Arsene Wenger came to England, he more or less reinvented football in England, and for a while he seemed to dominate England. Sir Alex Ferguson, what did he do? He brought on. He brings whenever Ferguson was in a state of dilemma, when he was in a state where some other teams, we have a new manager that's brought in a style that's
try to adapt.
This is what he does. He looks for assistant managers, coaches out there, and so he recruits them. And when he does that, he tells them, "Look, these are the things I want my team to be penetrating. My team to be penetrative, to be skillful, and they should be able to press and have possession. So you are the one that will now coach the team on the style." So he was able to challenge, reinvent his own style as well to match Arsene Wenger's. When Mourinho came, he did the same. 3 years, Man United were not. They were
not close to the quality of Chelsea.
Fourth of the league.
Yeah.
He had to adjust, and we now have managers these days that they can even say not even the Pope could make them change their tactics.
I mean,
and for that they are suffering. For that, Guardiola is suffering.
Yes.
Yes, he did at the time. He did it with the super Barcelona team, and Barcelona. Let me tell you something. People might be mistaken. Barcelona didn't start possession football just in 2008 and 2008.
It started earlier.
It started since when Johan Cruyff had been the manager. Johan Cruyff started his Pep Guardiola style. Yeah. Guardiola only modified it. So I think we must give credit to Johan Cruyff on that. But Guardiola made football really boring.
But some other managers have also used science to improve their tactics. Mikel Arteta, for example. Right now, I mean, they call Arsenal set piece FC. I mean, those are small details, and Arsenal using that to, of course, in winning games. I remember last season, they defeated United by 2 goals to nothing.
When you go online, you see many things on Twitter.
Yeah, but
people will say, "Don't let Arteta this."
but that's part of science.
Yes, well,
all those small details that you look at, okay, we can take advantage. I mean, both used to have a manager, Sam Allardyce. They are good at long balls. That's Tony Pulis, Stoke City, throwing. Those are elements of science that you can use as an advantage to win games as well.
But you must admit that sometimes you're watching ball and you are so bored.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you that flair. It doesn't give you that excitement. And that's what football is about. You've got to have the excitement. How can you watch 90 minutes and
the controversy?
Yes, there must be this players are afraid to tackle. They are afraid to tackle now because they know
that VAR will come and
there's the police that is watching them. And players are afraid to shoot from long distance because they know their manager is not pleased.
Yes.
It's like wasting the ball.
I mean, Postcoast used to do
and
that.
And then you have this knuckle ball shots.
Yes,
from
but you can't.
There was a player in the 2000 season, Matthew Taylor of Portsmouth. He could shoot. He would shoot, not he could. He would. The likes of Pedersen, the like of Tugai Stanley, they would right from the mid.
But right now, if you do that,
it's knuckle.
Yeah, will tell you that this is how to the pass.
How can you coach a winger on how to dribble? That's one of the highest. It's just so ridiculous.
So
you don't do that.
So on the scale of 10 now, you say 7/10.
You
technology has
understand that
football.
technology has also been helpful. Science has been helpful, really.
Yeah.
Because it's helped some small teams to assess situations, assess players that match their style. For instance, look at Brighton. For the past 4 or 5 years now, Brighton have been consistently one of the most exciting football teams in England.
Yeah, they play a style of football and they stick with it.
And
I mean,
they are able to maintain. They recruit by a player for £1 million.
Yeah, and then they will sell you.
And then they are selling for 70 million pounds.
75, 80.
Because they are able, in fact, they are the best improving team in England. They
just sign.
They bring a player from, and you know, the intriguing thing is, once they sell that player, the player gets to the team and starts struggling.
I don't know, maybe it's voodoo. We don't know.
So it tells you something about their recruitment. And almost every team now use data to recruit.
Yes, definitely. We analyze.
It's good in a way. If you have a clear pattern of his style you want to play. And then in those days they use it, they read newspapers to get statistics. Now it's right in your palm.
Yeah, you're right.
In those days they had like a team could have like 40
was it
scouts.
Was not Louis van Gaal, the United, I mean, used to have this big iPad, easy iPad, to be writing stuff down.
You have this paper, field tactics and all that.
And they will show you something like, really?
There were managers like Marescu, there were managers like Carlo Ancelotti back in his days.
Yeah.
There were managers like
Maslow Lippi, that was in Lippi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those managers, they coached proper team.
Yeah. They just express themselves. And
why would you talk about early 90s, 1990s, the early 20th century, when there was not much technology?
People have also said that the quality of players seems to have declined.
Dropped.
Because early 2000 we had Zidane, we had Vigo, we had Lima, we had
you wonder why Zidane didn't win 6 Ballon d'Or at a stretch. Yeah, because he had Lima Ronaldo, he had Ronaldinho, he had Kaká, he had, you name the. Now it's just so you, which player do you think?
I've been thinking.
I've been looking at this year. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
Maybe Alan.
Maybe
Kylian Mbappe.
You see.
So the quality
What performance? On what performance do you think those ones?
That's the best that we.
That's now the level. That's now the standard of players winning the Ballon d'Or.
Kaká only
in
won.
those days, was he on goals?
No. Kaká only won.
Was he on assists?
No.
That's
Kaká only won 1 Ballon. I think just 1. I think he won 1, and it was good.
Was he the highest scoring player in the Champions League? Was he the best scoring player in the world? But he had skill.
I've been thinking.
He made his team tinker.
I've been thinking when Ronaldo and Messi eventually retires. I mean, we are going to be left with.
Kylian Mbappe,
Lamine Yamal. That's the best that we have right now.
Well, Lamine Yamal is.
Maybe that players also come. Lamine Yamal is a good player. But you and I know that Lamine Yamal is not even close to the quality of when Ronaldo was early 20s. You know, Messi at that time. But that's the best we have right now.
It's what it is.
Okay.
It's what it is.
Okay.
Because it's certain. Whatever has a good side as side. You know, we were talking earlier and we made reference to you having a fight with your girlfriend. And in those days, you are living in Ibadan, your girlfriend is in Lagos, and you had a fight, and you know, you are writing a letter that will take 2 months for letter.
Before it gets to you,
a lot
of things
it might not, it will have happened. Then now, just your phone, that's technology.
Very interesting topic. Interesting topic. Let's get your thoughts on our comment section. Sports Hangouts. Let's get your comments. Do you think that technology has improved the quality of football, quality of officiating, or do you think it has affected those two elements negatively? I want to get your comments for, of course, or against what we have talked about on the show this day. Well, I remain Toby.
I'm George, and don't you forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.